Perhaps you've heard of RankBrain. This is something fairly new, part of the Google algorithm. People have been talking about it. You may have heard about it. So I wanted to do a little update to discuss this issue. What is RankBrain exactly? Is it equivalent to PageRank, for instance? Some people seem to think it is. Some people talk about it as if it's something intrinsic like PageRank. I discussed PageRank in this course, you may remember. It's about links, in effect, being votes for a website that those links point to. RankBrain is not equivalent to PageRank. It is very different. In fact, it isn't really, despite the name, it isn't really related to ranking pages. So both PageRank and RankBrain are part of the Google algorithm. The algorithm meaning this complex code that figures out which pages to present to you when you go to Google and search for something. That algorithm, the overall algorithm, is called Hummingbird. Now you might think of Hummingbird, you might think of the Google algorithm in total as a kind of toolbox. Within that toolbox are various different tools that are used for different purposes. Some of those tools help Google understand what people are searching for when they type those words in. Some of the tools figure out which page is the best match. Some of the tools are intended to look for spam for bad web pages, and bad quality web pages created just to rank high in the search results. So the toolbox contains a bunch of tools like PageRank, which is a tool that figures out the popularity of a page. Tools like TrustRank, which is similar to PageRank, but it's more about trustworthiness of links pointing to the site, and therefore how trustworthy is the site itself. A tool like Pirate, which downgrades sites that seem to be stealing copyrighted materials. Tools like Payday and Pigeon and Top Heavy and so on. So one of these tools is RankBrain, but it's not about ranking. RankBrain is not intended to tell Google which is the right page to present to you. It's more about interpreting search queries. The RankBrain looks at what people are typing into the search results, and then it tries to interpret it. Words are not simple one-meaning things. Words have different meanings in different contexts. And so RankBrain's job is to answer the question, what is this person looking for? When he types these words, what's he looking for? So as an example, these two searches, date farm and first date. Obviously the word date are very different in these contexts. They mean completely different things. And from the context in which they're typed in other words, in the first one, you have the word farm with the word date. In the second one, you have the word first with the word date. From the context, Google can figure out what it is you're looking for. And you'll see that you get very different results for these two search terms. So I'm not saying that these are necessarily exactly what RankBrain is doing. Google doesn't say exactly what it's up to, but I think it's a good example of the concept that different search terms mean different things and can be interpreted in different ways. And RankBrain is trying to figure out, trying to interpret what this is about, what the search term is about. And so Google doesn't want to simply find pages that contain the words you have provided in your search term. That's what search engines used to do. Google is trying to go further. It's trying to understand what you're asking for and get the most appropriate results for that query. So that's the kind of thing that RankBrain is trying to do. It's trying to understand your queries, give you the best thing. What does that mean for you when you're doing search engine optimization? Well, quite frankly, it doesn't mean much. You don't have to worry about RankBrain. Google's trying to figure out what the searcher wants, but it still has to come back to the whole keyword concept to figure out which page is then going to be a good match. You don't need to worry about RankBrain. Understand your keywords, create content pages with those keywords, create links with those keywords, and that's what SEO is all about. So it may be nice to know what RankBrain is, but it isn't going to affect your SEO efforts.